Course Tour 12 continued in the United Kingdom at Silverstone Circuit for the running of the UBS 300. DJ Curtis on the pole, his second straight front row start. He started on the outside of Preston Plord last race in Montreal. Now on his outside is Daniel Voiles on the 36, but it looks like Voiles is trying to get a run off the 14 for the lead right off the bat on the very first lap of the race, but Curtis clears him. And then they would race back to the caution flag, and Curtis tries to get in, and he gets loose off that corner right off the bat. DJ Curtis, the pole setter, gets loose on one of the corners on the very first lap of the race. Whoa, Zachary Chambers and Kyle Collins a little bit feisty, battling for second to the caution flag. And boy, that was a close one. That was a close call. And they could have wrecked, but Chambers and Collins battled, and Collins went on to win that battle as he went on the high side to take the second position away. He would lead. Voiles would lead under the caution flag. This was the caution, as you see, the 97 Joshua Balkin got loose by the 31 of Sean Harple, and then you see in front of you is the 8 of RJ Bishop getting spun out, getting dumped by the 24 Benjamin Miles. And then there's the 21 Austin Mongol. Watch this. Boom, he gets hit with George Rourke in the 10 machine right off the first lap of the race. And then also on the first lap, there was a lot of stuff happening on the first lap. Nick Altendorf, he got loose by, you guessed it, Benjamin Miles. Wow, these drivers are a little bit aggressive today here at Silverstone, and they were willing to dump their opponents out for the win. That's how serious they race at. But Mason Wood and Austin Talley had the worst of it. They both spun on that corner and both got big damage from their incidents. Like 5 cars spinning, and here's another car spun. DJ Curtis, the leader, he got spun out on that corner by Daniel Voiles. So I think it's like 6 drivers that spun on the very first lap of the race. Wow, promising start to a great race. Daniel Voiles, I mentioned earlier, led to the caution flag. He took the lead on the restart, but Kyle Collins was trying the best he can to get the lead away right on the restart. As you see coming off the first corner, he makes contact with Voiles. It's 3 wide with Zachary Chambers, and Isaiah Burness trying to find room to run, but Collins is going to get the lead away from Voiles. What a run he had. I'm surprised they didn't even wreck out going 3 wide for just a brief couple of seconds, but Kyle Collins went on to take the lead. But then we would have pit stops underway, but Angel Navarro gets loose on this corner off near the start-finish line. He gets loose on the corner. No caution would be pulled for that wreck. For that spin out, he would continue racing. But here's Preston Plord and Mark Riggleman battling for position. This was one of the few position battles we had in the race after the first caution. To be honest with you, there really wasn't a lot of passing in this race, but a lot of wrecks happened and a lot of drama did happen during this race. You'll see later. There you see Roman Rahal battling with the 24 of Benjamin Miles, and I'm surprised Miles is still able to keep on the lead lap after that wreck. This is a long course. It's like 2 minutes per lap, and so that it is very difficult for drivers to get a lap down in terms of spinning and then passing by the leader. But Rahal went on to pass Miles for the position. And then pit stops would get underway as Daniel Voiles would come in for pit stops. The other leaders would come in for pitting. But the 15 of Nick Altendorf, he came out first. He was one of the drivers that got loose on the corner, but surprisingly came out first as Voiles had to take a couple more pit stops, had to take a very long pit stop, and something went wrong in his car from here on out. As you see the other drivers coming out. A weird place to put a pace car, by the way, on one of the pit stalls instead of being on the front. But anyway, here's a tour around the course. It is a very long course. Like I said, it's a 2-minute course. It takes 2 minutes to complete a lap. And it's perhaps one of the longest courses that's outside the U.S. in the NR 3 community. As you see, there was like a total of 18, yes, 18 turns on this course. But they're not really that much. They're not really serious. Like, you don't make a serious left or right turn, but you still have to be careful navigating through these corners, because if you do not navigate them well, if you get into the grass, the odds are you might be slipping and sliding. A little bit of slipping and sliding going on here, but that driver tries the best he can to navigate through the courses and getting the preferred line, because this is a Formula One circuit. We are going to be heading to Formula One circuits for the next couple races for World Course Tour 12. And then we haven't one in Shanghai. We're going to be returning to Shanghai, China next race. But here's the rest of the Silverstone course that's in the UK. The first race here for the Pokemon Cup was last season. It was a success, so they brought it back next season. A lot of drivers in the series are from the UK, from the United Kingdom. So this is pretty much like homecoming for some of these drivers. But anyway, coming down to the final corners, this is where pit stops take place, by the way. Around this final couple corners, this is where the pit window is at. And it's pretty easy to get into, unlike the Montreal one. So we had a pretty tame race, to be honest with you. There really wasn't much cautions, but it happened in the middle and the beginning and the end, mostly. And then they had pit stops occasionally, but there really wasn't much passing. The only excitement that came from this track was pit stops, and I'll explain to you what's that later. Here's the final corner of the track, and there's the start-finish line. There was a caution that happened after this lap, but first here's Kyle Collins. This was the caution. He got spun out by the 22 Jasmine Acosta. Acosta would spin herself out too, and Austin Talley made contact with the 17, trying to avoid the incident. Then Angel Navarro, here's a closer look of that Angel Navarro getting loose. Nathan Hudson also getting spun along with the 96. So turned out not to be a great day for Navarro nor Nathan Hudson. I think they're based from UK, I think. But anyway, here's the race of the caution. There was a battle for the lead after pit stops. Nick Altendorf was second, and RJ Bishop, who took the lead, staying out of pit stops. He pitted his own, and he would actually still have the lead after the pit stops, after his own pit stop. But Nick Altendorf got a run on one of the corners and went on to pass the 8 for the lead to take the lead under the caution flag. And there you see George work on the restart, not having a great restart, getting loose on the corner. On one of the first corners of the track, he got loose. A lot of problems for some of these drivers navigating through these corners. They look easy to navigate, but they're difficult to master. And RJ Bishop went on to have a second pit stop. He would come out first on pit road under the pit stops, the second set of pit stops. There's Washer getting past, but he's a lap down. 6 laps to go. RJ Bishop would have to pit again, once again under the green flag, as you see the other leaders behind him pit. But then a caution came out with 5 to go outside pit road, and that was the 93 Trevor Gelfie getting spun out. And then you see the 12 Webster Zygarde and the 1 Jordan Davis getting big damage outside pit road. You probably never thought you'd see a pit road incident like this at Silverstone, of all places. And you see the cars getting lapped. Let me explain what happened. Pit stalls, drivers were stuck on pit stalls. This was one of the tracks where drivers get stuck on pit stalls, and they take a long time, or they never get out of the pit stalls, and it was a big problem for me, unfortunately. Couldn't fix it. That left 5 drivers on the lead lap with 2 to go, including DJ Curtis, the leader, but he'd have to come down pit road for whatever reason. I don't know. I guess he couldn't make it on fuel. White flag came out. Austin Mongold would take the lead, and the only other challenger he has behind him is RJ Bishop in second in the number 8 machine. As you see, only 5 drivers were able to finish on the lead lap. But anyway, Austin Mongold, no challenge, no pit stop needed. Coming up the final corner, Austin Mongold's going to win the UBS 300 for his first career win in the Pokemon Cup Series at Silverstone Circuit. It was a pretty tame race mostly. We had a couple wrecks, but pit stops literally decided the race because drivers were stuck on pit road. They never got out, but Mongold survived. We did have one more wreck during the white flag lap, and it was a big one, as you see Sean Harple and Joshua Balkin hard hit coming down pit road. Whoa, Sean Harple, he goes for a wild ride with Balkin. You're going to get both of their onboard cameras here. You see Balkin on board. He drags the 31 Harple. We had a similar wreck last season with Alex Pedro, and, well, ultimately we had another one. And here's Sean Harple's onboard camera. He had the hardest hit of them all of the race. Boom! That was a hard hit. But anyway, what a finish. What a fireworks finish. Anyway, your final results. Only 4 finished on the lead lap. Mongold, Bishop, Rourke, and Altendorf finished in the top 4. They were the only ones on the lead lap thanks to the pit road calamity. And Webster Zygarda was the only driver that retired from the race despite the wrecking. But Mongold, he spun earlier before, but he made a comeback to get his first career Pokemon Cup win. Next race, we return to China for the first time since Season 1 in Shanghai Circuit, the Netflix 200. See you in Shanghai, China.